Heal trauma, stop drama, and then karma. Heal trauma, stop drama, and then karma. Heal trauma, stop drama, and then karma. Heal trauma, stop drama, and then karma.
Greetings, Divine Creators. This is Coach Najee, and I'm back with another episode of Demystifying the Tarot. If you guys are unaware, the tarot is a system of gaining self-knowledge via self-awareness. So you're expanding your self-awareness to gain self-knowledge, becoming more aware and inner and understanding who you are, who you become, and how to transform yourself. So the tarot is really a system, guided self-meditation to take you through the worlds or the parts of yourself that are unknown to you. So we're jumping in and we're looking at it. This is the Hangman. The Hangman, the ruling planet for Hangman is Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces. One thing that the Pisceans, or whatever you want to call them, the Pisces sign is good at is feeling deeply and allowing their emotions to take them away. Now, when we're looking at this, they learn the concept of surrender. And this is what the Hangman is teaching us. You ever try to walk while you're upside down? You ever try to do anything and perceive reality from a normal standpoint? Everything's different. And as long as you're holding on to how things should be, the way you want things to be, guess what happens? You suffer. We're looking at the cloudiness in the back. There's not much detail here, but it's showing you that life, these plants, they're learning to grow and because they surrender. They surrender to the elements, they surrender to the process. This is not giving up conscious control. This is learning to acknowledge what's invisible forces or unknown forces are at play. This, you see, it starts to look at the body. We're looking at the body, and it's showing us that the head, the sun is behind it. So it's showing us that he's in tune with the truth, the pineal gland is activated. This person is in the flow of life. That's the life lesson to extract from this card. Learn to let go, learn to release, learn to accept instead of fighting against. Instead of wanting your expectations and preconditions to be met, you accept life where it is, as it is, and that is where the victory is held. On the astrological side, the Pisces aspect is a very deep emotional card. It's about going into the depths of your spirituality. This card is going to lead you, it's talking all about your spirituality. Well, what the heck is spirituality? Spirituality is literally, well, I'm going to call it the science of consciousness. The multivariate, multiple aspects, multiple angles, perspectives, and avenues of consciousness. Everything is mental energy. Everything is consciousness in its separate or divided or differentiated form. When we're looking at this, we're looking at 10 and 2. 10, completion, getting to the next levels, endings becoming beginnings, beginnings becoming endings. 2, representing duality and opposition. So we're looking at this, we combine them together, we get 12, 1 and 2. We get new beginnings plus duality. Combine those together, we get 3. Now, 3 is talking about structures. Well, actually 3 is talking about creativity. So, this is talking about tapping in and seeing life creatively. Seeing and accepting things, accepting the blank canvas or the mess that's there and saying, hey, just because I accept it doesn't mean that I'm necessarily completely happy with it. I acknowledge it for what it is and I'm able to move on. I'm able to process and go with the flow and recognize that all things are working for my expansion and all things are working for my good, my highest good. So this is surrender, letting go, and being flexible. When you learn to be flexible, now you're able to enter different states of consciousness, different states of awareness. Upright, the Hangman is still trying to walk. This is a person who's in a marriage, but they still perceive things the way they want to perceive things. This is a person who's changed careers, and they're still perceiving things in the old way. And it doesn't have to be a quote unquote bad thing. This could be a middle manager who just got promoted to the C-level suit, and he's still thinking like a middle manager. That mindset and belief needs to be upgraded. When we're looking at this is about being stuck in one perspective, stuck in one mode of being, stuck in a way of thinking and perceiving and doing. This is about being in a pattern that works or used to work, but now it's outdated. So now it's about letting go what no longer serves you. So now we're looking at letting go of what no longer serves you. This is about you tapping in and saying, hey, you know what? I identify that I'm being rigid and I'm being fixed. And this is the opposite of the Pisces. The Pisces is flowing, it's moving, it's a mutable water sign. There's a flexibility to do and be and go and believe and unbelieve and create and decreate, and it has that flexibility to do so. So the Hangman is teaching us a very important lesson, which is the surrender and acceptance and letting go of what doesn't serve and learning to go with the flow, accepting divine timing. And career, this card can mean a multitude of things: career, love, relationships, personal, spiritual. It depends on what your intuition calls out to you. So a typical thing that comes to you, first thing you see is the background, and wait a minute, right now you're in a hazy situation. You're in a foggy place where it seems like things are growing, but you don't know if things are actually growing or they're falling. So this is a place of being lost and in confusion, whether it's money, whether it's career, whether you don't know whether to make the move or not, you don't know if you're gonna get the promotion or not. Well, you don't know if your husband's cheating on you or not. You don't know if there's love still there. This is telling us that confusion is there. And this remedy to that is learning to accept and surrender to life. We're not saying accept abuse and be stuck in a failing marriage. What I'm saying is there's this ambiguity of life. It's unknown. And we see the truth will set you free. So this is really about releasing yourself from fear and worry. Knowing that, wait a minute, if I survived that, whatever I survived in the past, I can survive whatever else is coming. More than that, I can thrive. This is a red. Security. Safety. Relaxed. We're looking at some of this yellowish, and this is accessing that solar plexus, our ability to use power, the truth. So we've got, I'm safe and I have the power to speak the truth and surrender to the elements. So we're starting to see what's really going on here. That Neptunian, or the effect of Neptune is the ability to learn to flow. And Neptune deals with the water and the oceans. And it was named after the god of the ocean, the god of the sea. So this is about infinite possibilities. There's so much more things. The situations can be so much more than of what you think they are. Oh, it's so bad, it's so terrible, it's so good. It could be anything. This is about having the willingness to surrender and saying, what could it be? What's the possibility here? What's the possibility? What's available to me? This is card saying, hey, wait a minute, I'm here now. Okay, I surrender. What's here now? What's waiting for me? What are the other possibilities? How can my life be different? Back to the questions. Wait a minute. Who, what, when, where, how, why? This surrender. This is being objective. Once again, you're going to notice this theme of this objectivity in the tarot, because when you're able to be objective, you'll be able to be neutral. You're able to take a step back from your own self and say, hey, I'm hanging right now. Well, right now I say it's bad, but could it be cool? It could be. And it's going to require a change in perspective. And this goes ultimately back to willingness, your will, your desire. If you allow yourself to surrender and let go, you allow yourself to, you choose by your choices to be mentally flexible, guess what? Life starts to change. Being upside down is no longer you being upside down, it's an adventure. So this card is about perspective, having a higher perspective even when you're in a low place. So if any of you guys watching this video want help learning how to surrender, learning how to change that perspective, if you really want to tap in and say, wait a minute, I really want to practice acceptance and gratitude and learning how to flow and just be. If you want to tap in and say, hey, I really do want to live life on my own terms, how do I go in and identify the obstacles that are no longer serving me? How do I let them go? How do I learn to surrender to life so I can increase my happiness, increase the probability of me entering into a healthier relationship, increase the way my effectiveness of my communication, increase your overall self-awareness, which allows you to know yourself and how you operate. If anybody wants help with that, go ahead and visit my website, positivepatterns.org, and go ahead and book that consultation, a free consultation to see if we're a good fit, to see if I can help you heal trauma, stop drama, end karma, so you can live life on your own terms. So you can really step into that position of being the co-creator of your own life. All right, till next time, this is Coach Najee.